literally sculling half of this water bottle before we get into it. Welcome everybody. I feel like I'm talking too early. Let me just wait for my chat to load just in case I'm getting ahead of myself. I might be getting ahead of myself. That's annoying. My chat's loaded though. So welcome everybody. In today's live stream, we're going to be getting November monthly predictions, general predictions too, mind you, for the sign of Gemini. It's going to be pretty in depth, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how long it might take, but my goal is to get as many clear, honest messages for you as possible. Hi Jada, welcome so much. Lovely to have you here. Hi Snow Tiger, welcome back. Let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to start as usual by shuffling this tarot deck to get our three main themes for the sign of Gemini in the month of November. I'll then clarify with more tarot and, we'll get advice for each of the themes as well. If you do have any questions or comments, please pop them in the chat. I'll do my best to look over and read the chat every so often. The only other thing I want to say is this reading is intended for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Risings, Venuses, people who have strong Gemini placements in their chart, a Gemini Mercury, for example. If you're not a Gemini, you're more than welcome to stay in crosswatch. I just need you to know I'm a very honest reader, so you may hear or see something you do not like. Let's get into it, shall we? For my Gemini bears, what is going on in November? We're going to take these two together. We have the Hanged Man and the World card coming out. What is going on for Gemini in the month ahead? Oh my gosh, happy birthday, Jada, because I won't see you on the 11th. Happy birthday. That's amazing. Your birthday is just one big wish. That's incredible. What else can you tell us about Gemini's November month? We have the Four of Wands in the reverse position. That's interesting. We also have the Six of Swords reversed. And at the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords reversed. So, you know what? I've got to be honest with you. All of these swords reversed, it feels like there's some sort of anger or someone's not happy about something. I do wonder if it's you, though. Is it Gemini or is it somebody else? It feels like it's you. I see you being very selective and cutting certain things off. So cutting people off, actually. Your communication seems to be a bit of a weapon in November, Gemini. For some reason, I see you being very short and blunt and even cold at times, but it's only because you're very focused. And the card that clarified the Queen of Swords was the Nine of Coins. So you're very focused on your own security, on your own sense of success. And there is a strong feeling here of trying to make sure that what you put your mind to is going to work out exactly as you want it to. It's a little bit stubborn because I see you rejecting things, but I've got to get more clarification to see if this is good or bad. I just don't know. Let's have a look at your first theme over here with the Hanged Man and the World card reversed. This is a frustrating energy. This is a delay, something being delayed from completion or fulfillment. Instead of getting a chance to experience it as we expected, the plan has been delayed. What's going on over here with the Hanged Man and the World card reversed? We have the Knight of Wands reversed. What's going on with the Hanged Man and the World card reversed? We also have the Two of Swords upright. There's definitely some sort of delay here due to a lack of information. You're waiting on some sort of result, or you're waiting on someone to give you the go-ahead. It feels like the plan was delayed due to external spontaneous circumstances. And it also feels like there was travel involved or some sort of like, you may have had to move or movement was involved in this. What else can you tell us? The Three of Swords. It's annoying because someone should have told you sooner. Something's being delayed and the information was known sooner than it was conveyed. That's what this feels like. The conversation should have happened sooner. Well, if you didn't want me there, like, you should have said something. Well, if it wasn't going to go ahead, like, you should have said something. Well, if the flight was cancelled, like, you should have said something. It almost feels like someone is flaking here, or the integrity of someone is being questioned because they knew something but they didn't say it. They just kind of left you in the lurch, and now something feels, a cycle is unfinished, but also we feel like we can't complete something, and so we're having to kind of wait here. We also have the King of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So the reason why I think this is so frustrating is because you expected more from this situation. You expected either this person to be more forthcoming, more integral, more honest, more responsible, or you expected this situation to just be one that was a little bit more kind of, what's the best word? I just feel like you held it to a higher standard than what it produced, you know? Like, it's like this feeling of being in a luxury room and then the wallpaper starts peeling and you go to turn the lights on and the light switch falls off and you're like, dang, like, I expected more. They've got marble countertops, they can't put a decent light switch on the wall. That's what it kind of feels like. You expected a lot more from this situation. I'm going to have to pull more cards because I'm not getting anything else. What is going on with this theme for Gemini, Spirit? Why is this a major theme in November for Gemini? Oh, you're more than welcome to be here, Dre. What is going on with this theme? We have the Eight of Candles upright. That's the Eight of Wands in this deck. And we have the Ten of Candles, Ten of Wands reversed. And then we have the Ten of Presents. Yeah, a different expectation, a different outcome. The ending is different now. The back of the deck, we have the Nine of Presents reversed. So, I mean, that's why you're being so cutthroat and cold and short with everybody, is because you're having to put yourself first. This situation is one that you may struggle to kind of separate yourself from, because there seems to be some sort of connection to either your growth, your career, your family, or just some sort of long-term goal that you have. And so you're having to kind of deal with this flaky energy. You're having to deal with the fact that this cycle is just taking a long time to close, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting for someone else to do something that you know they are unreliable at. Like they never kind of check their emails in time, but you're hoping that they can get this document sent before the deadline. That's what it kind of feels like. You're having to just sort of leave it in somebody else's hands. And for that reason, with the Ten of Candles reversed, it does feel like an unburdening sense of responsibility. It almost feels like you're free of the fact that this isn't your issue. You know, this is somebody else's issue. But there's also a lot of frustration there. There's also a bit of spite there. And I feel like you're not comfortable with having a conversation because of some sort of connection to an ongoing goal, because this person is a family member, or because they're your boss, or because they're your co-worker, or because your kids both go to school together. Whatever it is, it's like you can't have a completely honest conversation about this. So you're just being frustrated by the fact that this person is causing a lot of delays, and the situation is requiring you to be passive, and you don't like that. It's making you feel not necessarily insecure with the Nine of Presents reversed. It's just making you feel like somebody else has control over you, and you don't like that at all. It's a very frustrating feeling to tune into as well, and it's a common theme in the month ahead, which is also very frustrating. I'm going to have to pull advice because I think that's all I'm seeing with this theme. Can we clarify who this Knight of Wands is real quick? They're showing me the King of Candles. So yeah, there's someone who should be more responsible than they are. They might be a little bit of a dreamer, or someone who's really good at kind of has ambitions and, oh my God, I just yawned out of nowhere. Someone who has ambitions, or someone who is very much like gives a feeling of being a go-getter, you know, like they come in with a lot of energy and you're like, yeah, that sounds great. And then with the Knight of Wands reversed, it just doesn't happen. So the energy was strong in the beginning, and then it just kind of fizzles out. They don't follow through is what Spirit's saying. The Five of Candles, which is annoying because they weren't your original option. Like, you had other choices, but you chose to go with this person because of that King of Candles. They're like, yeah, don't worry, I got you. The other reason why the Five of Candles is reversed is it's very hard to have an honest conversation with this person. It'll either turn into an argument or deflection. Energy is reverted back to you. Makes you feel like you're the problem. What the heck is going on here, Gemini? Anything else I need to know about this person before you get advice? We have the Emperor reversed and the Nine of Needles. Yeah, this person doesn't like, and you don't like to not have control as well. This feels like a power and control situation. I do feel like mistakes will be made that you aren't responsible for, but you can use as receipts. So keep screenshots, little things like that, you know, because if mistakes are made, it's not your fault. And it's definitely somebody else's fault. Somebody passed the buck here with the Emperor reversed. They were supposed to be the one who had the kind of authority, the jurisdiction to make this happen, and they've dropped the ball. The Ace of Needles is like, listen, it's all going to come to light whether you say something or not, especially if you don't feel comfortable in talking about it. But I just think with the Nine of Needles reversed, this is a situation that you don't realize until you're in it, and you're like, shit, like this isn't what I expected or what I wanted. So what is the advice here? What is the advice in this theme for Gemini? I really hope it's not your new job though, Snow Tiger. But if it is, let's have a look at what advice you'll need. What is the advice here for Gemini? We've got two cards for you. We have Cucumber Emotion and we have Pink Rose Gratitude. So there's Earth energy, there's some air energy, there's Gemini, there's Cancer, the number 4 and 36. I feel like, what's at the back of the deck? The clarity. See clearly, see opportunities clearly. Stick to your original plan in this situation, but keep an open eye for something better as well. Because I do feel like something else may come along and snatch you up. But until that opportunity comes, just stick to your original plan and make sure that interactions in this situation are balanced. It's not about you doing the most. It's not about you kind of spitefully letting them take the lead. Like, just do what is needed for the task at hand, whatever that is. Now, the other main advice here is to try to not let your emotions get the best of you in this situation. Easier said than done, but the Cucumber card is a card of grounding your emotions and acting from a place of maturity, at least to the point where whatever you're doing is with clear intention, not just because you're feeling impulsive and in the moment you want to do this, and at the moment I feel like doing this and that. I can also see how with this Cucumber card, there is a strong feeling here of the situation improving through you being patient and somewhat, what's the word? I hate to kind of put you in this energy, but it feels like you have to be the bigger person, for lack of a better word. Like, Cancer's energy is very nurturing, it's very compassionate, but I would strongly encourage you not to be this person's healer or to not to sort of be the mediator. I just think you need to try to act mature and don't do or say something impulsively in the moment just because that's the primary emotion that you're feeling, especially when it comes to anger. Now, with Gratitude reversed, I do feel like this situation is not something you should settle for. In fact, I feel like there is going to be a better opportunity out there, but I think it might take a lot of November for you to find another opportunity or for you to leave this situation. It may not be possible in November to walk out of this situation. You're just having to kind of deal with it while it's there. So for the moment, just remind yourself that you deserve better and keep an eye out for a better opportunity. I think that your best case would be to slowly kind of remove your social energy here if you can. Like, if let's, for example, if this is a work situation, try not to make best friends with everybody there, you know, just kind of keep it separate from the other aspects of your life. With Gemini reversed, it feels like you shouldn't aim to have all your worlds collide in this theme. If anything, you should keep this theme separate from aspects of your lifestyle that you treasure so that they don't overlap. So that's what I'm seeing with that theme. Let's move forward and see what else is in store for you. Hopefully we got some different energy over here with the Four of Wands reversed. Oh, I just saw the Lovers card too. That's amazing. Some Gemini energy. I reckon I can see how, based on the energy, the Magician may come out, but I feel like the Magician would come out reversed for you with the energy in this reading. Let's have a look at what's going on though with the Four of Wands reversed. What's happening with the Four of Wands reversed, Spirit? The Four of Wands reversed could be talking about a change in home. It's definitely talking about a change in environment. And I feel like this change has to do with short-term instability, feeling restless or feeling like something has to, like short trips. You know, it makes me think of like 2 or 3 days away from the house type of energy. The Empress reverse just came out. We also have the Nine of Swords. What is this Four of Wands energy? And we have the Ace of Cups reversed, rejection. But why do I feel like it's you that's rejecting someone? We have the Emperor at the back of the deck, reversed. We have the Emperor and the Empress, both here rejected in the reverse position, and then we have the Moon under that. So there does seem to be confusion here, and I feel like a lot of this confusion has to do with either a physical separation, a physical change in situation, circumstances, or environment, or it has to do with the fact that we didn't realize something until after the fact, because the Nine of Swords is here. It's like action could have been taken sooner, but we're only realizing that we could have taken action after the door has closed. Now, the thing about this is the epiphany is very hard to swallow. It's a very difficult pill. And I feel like it's either us shoving this information in someone's face, like look at what you're missing out on, or it's someone trying to shove it down our throat and say, like, look at what you're missing out on. This gives me revenge feelings. It gives me a feeling of two people who had a lot of potential, kind of trying to get even with each other, you know, and trying to entice and provoke the other person. It definitely feels like this is a temporary spat, but it's a big deal in November. It feels like a serious issue. It feels like one person is feeling very genuinely rejected and very genuinely kind of neglected, for lack of a better word. I definitely need to pull clarity. We need clarity on this situation. What is going on with this Four of Wands, Spirit? What am I missing for Gemini? What is going on with Gemini? We have the Hanged Man coming out upright. More Hanged Man energy. You're really keeping your cards close to your chest. We have the Two of Candles. That's the Two of Wands. Not wanting to overextend, not wanting to overinvest. You may be overindulging though. Like I definitely see vices being highlighted here, but there is a stillness. There is like a, I'm not going to bend my expectations to accommodate for your, like, what's the word, like half-assed behavior basically. Like I'm not going to lower my standards just so you can feel comfortable. And with the Two of Candles reversed, it does feel like one door is closing here. It almost feels like the energy in the situation is stubbornly focused on one specific outcome, but at the same time that outcome isn't possible, or we're not seeing the outcome as being possible. And at the same time, this is creating a lot of spite and a lot of kind of frustration. There's even sexual frustration here, if I'm honest with you. Take that if it resonates, but it's like I'm so angry that I can't see you, so I'm just going to kind of put that energy back into this situation instead of offloading and venting it elsewhere. I'm just going to make this situation very, what's the word, like tense and filled with animosity. We also have the King of Presents. So this King of Pentacles, someone is feeling like their trust or their loyalty was betrayed. And they're also feeling like with the King of Presents reversed, this was not how they expected it to go. They were expecting things to be more in their control and to go more their way. This is someone that isn't used to being told no, or they weren't expecting, I don't want to say that they weren't used to being told no. It's more like they weren't expecting it to work out like this. Like, And I think that they may be even cutting it short before it's even had a fair chance to start. Like, it's almost like, oh, well, you know, it never was really going to go anywhere. So, like, it's weird. I don't like it because it's kind of like, make up your mind. Like, why are you turning this down? Why isn't this an opportunity? Like, what is the real reason? And I feel like they don't have a real reason. I feel like it's just excuses. I'm sorry to call this person out like that. I feel like it's just heaps of little things. But what else can you tell us about this person, Spirit, for Gemini? We have the Nine of Presents. That's the Nine of Pentacles. This person is very focused on themselves, their security, their finances, trying to feel more confident or at least secure in who they are. Nine of Presents. And now we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. So I wonder if this person may have tried to take advantage of an opportunity and it's not going as they expected, or they had to choose something else instead of this connection. They had to kind of put themselves in the position to receive other things instead of putting effort into this. And then after the fact, it's, see this energy here, this Nine of Swords to the Two of Candles energy, it feels a lot like the grass wasn't greener on the other side. That's what it feels like. And then there's this other energy over here of I told you so. Like, I knew that, but you can't have me anymore. And then there's this energy of, well, good, because I didn't want you anyway. Like, it's just so petty. It's like none of it is real. But anyway, is there anything else that Gemini needs to know about this person? We have the Ace of Presents. Yeah, they could be chasing a financial opportunity, or you could be chasing a financial opportunity that is taking you or them in a different direction. And I think that someone is very upset about that. Whoever isn't chasing the financial opportunity is feeling rejected. Like, why would you do that? Yes, it's a lucrative opportunity, but why would you choose that over me? What the heck? Is there anything else? We have the High Priestess and the Death card. There is so much unfinished karma here. And I think that the fact of the matter is it's not going to go anywhere. It's always going to be that, you know how we always have like that one person or that one situation? That's what it feels like, either for you or for them. There's always going to be this feeling of like, what if? So annoying. Sorry, but like just to read, it's like really frustrating. We have the Queen of Potions at the back of the deck. So I feel like that Queen of Potions, yeah, I can see how we're turning our backs on someone here, or we're having to be really short with them. And there is a lack of empathy in this situation, but I mean, I can't judge. I don't know the full history. I don't know the full, story. I'm only peeking in at this November window. And in November, the Queen of Potions is usually a very caring, kind, intuitive, compassionate person. But in the reverse, this is a selective person. This is someone who uses emotions to get what they want, who manipulates other people to feel a certain type of way to get what they want. So let's get some advice for this situation. What is the advice for Gemini in this situation? Oops, cards going everywhere. We have Broccoli, the leadership card, reversed. So I'm going to get one more card for advice for Gemini, please, Spirit. One more card for advice. We have Chrysanthemums, the longevity card. So, I mean, shit, I'm so sorry to swear, but I had to do it for somebody. I definitely feel like you're going to be growing in a different direction when it comes to this situation. Probably because you've been forced to. It doesn't feel like something that you chose. It feels more like something that happened due to somebody else's actions, or due to the fact that the energy is no longer being invested. So with leadership reversed, it's not your place to take control of this situation and to make a partnership work. It takes two to tango. With this card reversed, if both aspects of the scale aren't working, there's only so much you can do. So please don't take responsibility for the whole situation. It's not your job, and it's not reasonable to be asked to do that. You shouldn't be holding down the fort or anything in this situation. You're going to be very stressed if that's the path that you choose to take, because there is so much uncertainty in this person's energy. We really just don't know where this ball of optimism and open-minded opportunity is going to take them. And I feel like they were meant to go in this direction. I can't lie. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Presents, like, this is hard to say no to. This is the kind of opportunity that may feel like it only happens once in a lifetime. But with chrysanthemums here, your advice is to just kind of focus on yourself and to leave the situation as it is for what it is right now. I genuinely think that this is not the complete ending for all of you, because we have Scorpio reversed, the Death card reversed. This may just be a pause button, but it is not going to bring you peace to focus on the fact that you're having to pause this and to get frustrated by the fact that you're having to pause this. It is going to be in your best interest to keep your head straight and focused on what is growing for you right here, right now. And this situation is frustrating because it isn't growing. It isn't, and you can see in hindsight in November how you could have, would have, should have done this, that, and this, but that door is closed now, that window is closed. You're just going to stress yourself out trying to imagine, like, what would have happened if I did that and this. So that's your advice for that theme. Let us keep going. We're going to have a look at your last theme over here, which is the Six of Swords reversed. Welcome, Gemini Queen. Okay, what is going on with the Six of Swords reversed, please, Spirit, for Gemini? I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I'm picking up on us turning around and looking at something else due to maybe wanting to have a conversation. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yeah, it's a change in direction. It's a change in direction. You might be starting conversations with people that you weren't really thinking about talking to, because now you kind of have to, if that makes sense. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's somebody that you're going back to here. There's a feeling of going back to somebody, but you don't want to. It's just that you have to. It almost feels like you're obliged to. It's your only choice at this point. What is going on here with the Six of Swords for Gemini? We have the Last Judgment card. Yeah, there's definitely Eight of Cups reversed, Six of Swords reversed, Last Judgment. If that's not a resurrection, I don't know what is. Seriously, something from your past is definitely coming back over here. I don't get that it's exactly a person for all of you, though. It's definitely going to involve a person, but it feels like the thing that's coming back is more connected to a cycle. Oh my God. Why do I keep yawning? It's probably connected to a cycle of, I want to say, behavior, but it also involves our emotions and our emotional depth and wisdom. We're definitely seeking something here through this resurrection. We're seeking a specific emotional closure. We're wanting to kind of see, well, is there anything here? Is there anything left? Did I miss something? And with the Six of Swords reversed, we're hoping for a conversation about this. We're wanting a very specific conversation about an emotional situation. But the Judgment card is saying we're going to get the answers we need, maybe not the answers we want, though. We have the Universe at the back of the deck, so this is eventually going to help us close out those cycles that we're feeling we're unfinished, that we're feeling we're out of our control, and that we may have felt like kind of were loose ends. I see it tying up loose ends here so that you can move forward. North Node energy, strong North Node energy. I just want a fresh start is the main vibe here. But I need to do this, unfortunately. I need to go back. With the Wheel of Fortune reversed, is that really an unfortunate thing, though? It just feels like you're resisting it. It's not your first choice. Like, I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to have to do this. What is going on here for Gemini? What else can you tell me about the Six of Swords theme? We have the Hierophant reversed. Okay. It's hard because it's testing your integrity in some way. I don't want to say it's your commitment. The Hierophant is usually about a procedure and kind of sticking to the integrity or the structure or the tradition of that situation. This is something that is out of your comfort zone. You're not used to doing this, or it's very unorthodox. It's not the first way that you would kind of make this happen. It's not your first choice. It seems to be the main message in your whole reading. This wasn't my first choice. We have the Nine of Candles now, upright. I'm going to get more cards. What is going on with this Six of Swords energy? We also have the Two of Presents. Is there anything else you can tell them about why they're going back? We have the Four of Candles reversed because you've kind of been forced to. That's what it feels like. Like this is your only option. It feels like somebody else is kind of leaving you out in the cold, so you're having to do this. This is your backup option. I didn't want to do this, but I got to do this. So what you need to know is this is not exactly standard procedure. There's something very unorthodox about having to do this. So just be honest. Be as honest as you can in this situation. I feel like you got to be careful about who you tell with this. You don't want everybody to know that you're doing this. You want to be very careful about who knows about this. There's also this feeling of getting the right advice from the right people for the right reasons in this situations. The wrong advice could really set you back. Listening to the wrong person or listening to somebody else's opinions of you in this situation could really set you back. The other thing I'm picking up on though is that it's going to take you a lot of courage to be able to do this, and I don't think it's anyone else's place to judge you for having to repeat this cycle. It's not about them, it's about you getting what you need, and you will get what you need. With the Universe card here, you will be able to finally get the closure that you want, but also you'll be able to close this chapter once and for all. With the Nine of Candles though, it's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of strength maybe, but just this strong feeling of having to push yourself to do this. With the Two of Presents here and the Last Judgment card, presents are pentacles, and I feel like you're having to either juggle this situation or you're having to kind of make yourself very busy in order to make this work, because something about the situation is linked to your effort, your energy, and you trying to scramble for a backup solution to a problem that you're facing. And the only one that can help you is someone from your past who you don't want to have to connect with. You don't want to have to talk to them. You don't want to have to go down that road again. It's like 2 steps back, but you will end up taking 3 steps forward. So a win is still a win in this case. You're still taking that 1 step forward. However, in order to do that, you have to go 2 steps back. So at the back of the deck, I do have the Page of Needles, but you know what? I do want to ask more about this cycle and this person. If you're having to ask them, I just want to know if there's anything else you need to know about them. Is there anything else Gemini needs to know? We have the Seven of Presents, the Queen of Potions, and the Devil card reverse. Just be careful, because this situation does feel like it works more in somebody else's favor. Someone may use their power over the other person, and the fact of, like, say you're having to reach out to an old boss who was maybe just not somebody that you ever wanted to talk to again, and you need them for a reference, or you need them to sign off on something with your studies. It feels like you just need to be careful and have very clear boundaries. Don't kind of overstep and fall back into the unhelpful habits. You're going back for a specific reason. So get the job done. Stick to the plan with the Seven of Presents. And with the Queen of Potions here, don't be too proud to beg, because I don't actually see you begging. I see that there is a clear reason as to why you're doing this, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. Is there anything else you can tell them about that Queen of Potions energy though? I'm missing something. Sorry, Pisces 777, but I don't usually read for the cross watchers. You're welcome to watch as a cross watcher, but I don't usually read for cross watchers. We have the 10 of Potions upright. So I do feel like I do have Pisces reading up though if you want extra clarity on how your person may be thinking or feeling. I think Pisces got love messages too. Everybody got love messages this month. Something about Scorpio is really bringing out love messages. But as I was saying, the Ten of Potions with the Queen of Potions, I feel like in this situation, you're going to get what you want. So it is absolutely worth the risk. Like, and it only feels like a risk because maybe not everybody needs to know about this and why you're doing it. Maybe other people have the potential to judge the situation, but they don't know. They don't know the history, they don't know the potential, they don't know the purpose. Stick to your plan, and I do see a favorable outcome. That Queen of Potions is about compassion though, and kind of trusting your intuition in this situation as well. Trying to make sure that you're doing this for the right reasons, that your heart is in the right place. Look at that Ace of Potions at the back of the deck. Making sure that your heart is in the right place over here. Let's get some closing advice for this theme. What is the closing advice for Gemini with the Six of Swords reversed? Okay. We have luck, lime. Honestly, I think it's as simple as that. I'll have a look at the card at the back of the deck as well, but luck is so obvious to me. Look at that desire, the cause lettuce card. I definitely feel like when it comes to the situation, there's a very obvious and clear reason as to why we're repeating this cycle, and it makes perfect sense to you, and that's all that matters. Stay true to the reason why you're doing this. The desire card in this deck is actually an earthy energy of nurturing and grounding through desire. It's not just about impulse, you know, and lust and fleeting attraction. It's actually about using desire as a tool to ground and to nurture. So trust that feeling. And on top of that, know with this luck and line card that this situation is going to improve with time. There's clearly a reason why all of this is happening again. And I don't see it as you kind of going out of your way to make this happen. I see it as you being shown very clearly that this is maybe your only option. You wanted something else, it didn't work out, now you have to do this. So trust that this has happened for a reason. It'll get better with time. And this door is opening for a reason as well. Make the most out of it. Get the emotional closure that you want, and make sure that you're trusting that the universe is with you on this in terms of making sure that you get that favorable outcome. Trust your intuition though. I really feel like luck is on your side here with this energy. Very interesting message, Pisces. Excuse me, I'm getting confused now because of the comment. Very interesting message though, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated. I'm going to leave it there. If it didn't resonate 100%, you could have messages in your sun, moon, rising, or other strong aspects of your natal chart. I do, before we go, wish you a prosperous, abundant, successful, joyful, happy month ahead. Trust your intuition, trust your gut instincts. And I hope that the advice in this reading was very helpful with any of the challenges you may face. Remember, this is up to you, sweet pea. If you don't want this reading, you don't have to claim this reading, but I hope the advice is helpful. I'm going to end your reading here, and next I'm going to be starting the Libra readings in about 10 minutes. We'll see. So if I'll see you there, I'll see you soon. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me, for your time, your energy, your support, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye.